Hi everyone, and welcome to the following of the auction.sol smart contract. And now we're going to continue with the rest of the smart contract by writing its functions. So next function is withdraw. So withdraw, and it will get nothing in the parentheses. It's a public function, and let's open the brackets. So the first thing we need to do is to define the amount, uint amount. So it's equals to pending returns from the message.sender, pending returns of the message.sender, and also requires that the amount be greater than 0, otherwise no funds to withdraw. So it will show no funds to withdraw. There you go. And so pending returns of the message sender equals 0 after the withdraw. So pending returns of the message.sender will be equal to 0. So now if there's this if it's statement, if actually not payable message sender msg.sender send amount, pending returns of the message sender of the msg.sender equals to the amount. So that's it for this function, and the next function is endAuction. So it will not get nothing, and it's a public function. So let's open the brackets, and so it will require that the message.sender msg.sender be equal to the auctioneer. So if it's not the auctioneer, then he or she will not be able to end the auction. So only the auctioneer can end the auction. And it also requires that the ended is not equal to, and it has not ended. So up to now, if it has ended, then it cannot end the auction because it has been already ended. Auction has already ended. So now we will end the auction by setting the ended parameter to true and emit the event related to auction ended. Auction ended. So it will get the highest bidder and highest bid. Highest bidder and highest bid. So Now payable auctioneer dot transfer the highest bid. So that's it for this function, and we need to add a couple of more sentences. One for the receive external payable. These are necessary for funding the contract. So receive external payable, external payable. So now open the brackets and also fallback parentheses external payable, open the brackets, and that's it. So that's it for this smart contract. Now let's save this, see if there are any errors. There seems to be one over here, and it says that undeclared identifier bidding time. So let's check if there is any bidding time up here. So now here, highest bid. So actually this is not the bidding time, this is the bid amount, right? Because it has nothing to do with the time. Actually, when I was checking for the available parameters, bidding time has come to me, and by mistake I have chosen bidding time instead of bid amount, so that error has happened. So now the project has been compiled successfully. Now we can go to the compile section, actually deployment section, and here deploy a contract. So here we can set a time for the bidding, and for example I can here set 2 hours, or there could be even more. It could be days, weeks, or even more, but here I choose, for example, 7,200 seconds, which is 2 hours. Now we have deployed it using the first address. So notice that this is the first address that has deployed this smart contract. Now first of all, notice that you need to fund the contract. So I'm gonna get 10 ethers for the contract, copy the address, and paste it right over here. Notice that the final 2 lines, receive and fallback, are for being able to fund the contract. As you can see, the balance of the contract is 0 ETH, but after clicking on the transaction, as you can see, it's now, it's one way, not the amount we were looking for. So let's change this to ether and change this to 10. Now let's do it once again, and it's been done. As you can see, it's 10 ether and probably 10 ways, so that doesn't really matter. Now we can set a bid as the auctioneer, but it doesn't really matter if you do it or not. So we've entered 2, so somebody else with the second address can enter 1, which is less. As you can see, he or she will get this message that there is already a higher bid. So then he or she can enter 3, and then it is accepted because it's a higher bid. So now let's enter another address and enter, for example, 5, set the bid, and as you can see, it's been successful. So now let's bring a smaller number, for example 3 here, set the bid. As you can see, it's unsuccessful. There's already a higher bid by that person. So now we can check the highest bid. As you can see, it's 5, and the highest bidder is this address itself, himself or herself, and the ended status is still false, and auction end time is written here, and the auctioneer is the first address, as you can see. So let's choose another address and here we can enter 8. Let's set the bid, and as you can see, it's been successful. Now we can end the function, end the auction, but we cannot do it with the other addresses. As you can see, it will revert it, but let's here bring the auctioneer and end the auction. As you can see, it's been successful. Now we can withdraw whatever we have got, and it will get 8 ethers as the auction. So here, as you can see, it's been successful, and now we've tested all of the auctions functionalities. So that's it for this smart contract, and until the next video and the next tutorial and the next smart contract, goodbye.